Welcome back everybody to MP Gaming Bros, and today we'll be doing a video on Dark Souls 3, kind of a what we know so far and what I would like to see in it personally. So Dark Souls 3 is coming out in April this year, I think late April, like April 30th or something like that. So I'll be talking a little bit about that. So to first understand sort of what the premise is of the lore, since there's really no story, there's more lore. Lore and story are different. We have to go back to Dark Souls 2, the Scholar the First Sin edition. So the second edition of it is when Lord Gwyn, he linked the fire back in Dark Souls 1 to humanity. It wasn't too clear that he did that in Dark Souls 1, but he did in Dark Souls 2. And what that means is there's a never-ending cycle of someone coming into power, lighting the fire, being having a time of survival, pretty much, having a time where people can actually die when they die, and there's no curse, but eventually the flame will fade, and a time of darkness will come back. That's just bound to happen. So, so that was technically the first sin of him putting together the dark soul, or not the dark soul, putting this cycle that keeps going around, around, and around, and around. It won't stop. But then I believe that the things that happened in Dark Souls 3 was because somebody did not actually didn't actually ignite the fire when it was their turn, to say so. It wasn't it was their turn to do it, but they decided to turn back on it, which is something you can do in Dark Souls 1. So that just brings out an Age of Darkness, which is kind of like this, and this is just such a desolate world where most of the population, most of it's controlled by undead or cursed. We don't actually know what they are yet, undead and cursed. So you yourself, you are unkindled, and you are supposedly a Lord of Cinder, because where you got resurrected in the beta test was the graves of the unkindled, of the unattended unkindled. And you are technically a Lord of Cinder. And what you see in the picture right now is another Lord of Cinder coming out of the grave. So you're like that. You're the same Lord of Cinder, and you're trying to go and hunt other Lords of Cinder. So it's like Lord of Cinder versus Lord of Cinder, sort of kind of thing. We don't know why they're hunting each other or why you're hunting the other person. I think it's supposedly probably to try to light the flame again, potentially to bring out another Age of Light. We don't know. We really don't know that much about it. We can just try to do a little bit of speculation on it, which is what I'm doing here. So you're hunting. So it's kind of like Dark Souls 1. It's like you're the soul of darkness trying to, or like a little bit of darkness trying to go after other parts of the abyss. In this, you're a Lord of Cinder trying to hunt after different Lords of Cinder. So it's like you're fighting your own kin or something. You could potentially be you could potentially be a character from your old self from another game and coming back, being resurrected. But why were you resurrected, kind of thing? What is the purpose of it? Why are you killing other Lord of Cinders, and what is your purpose? We don't know that yet. And when it comes out later, I will definitely we'll talk about it more. Some things I would like in Dark Souls 3 personally would probably be just a few Bloodborne weapons. I myself don't like an entire game that I have to use that type of weapon. I like having it one certain moveset, so I don't have to worry about two. I know it seems a little weird, but for me, I like having classic sword or dual-wield sword or some awesome great sword with some beast armor, because there really wasn't much armor in myself, and I like more being like, I like switching between a tanky and just a guy that looks really sweet kind of thing. And I also would like an arena in Dark Souls 2. I don't want to have to just wait around to connect to another guy's world to fight him. I prefer just going to arena where two players can fight each other and it doesn't take much time to connect. That is what I want. And an engaging story, one that is like Dark Souls 2, that's easy to understand and grip on, but if you want to go in deeper, there's just so much more that you can learn about. If there's certain parts that you like to talk to, if you want me to talk to you in Dark Souls 2, I can do that. But for now, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys all later.